Welcome to Rams Brawl, Episode 6. This is Derek Ciapala with the men on a mission. Former Rams linebacker Tommy Polley and running back Arlen Harris. And it's finally here. It is May 13th when recordings will be published on the 14th. Today was Uniform Day. About frickin' time. The uniforms are out, and that's what it all is about. And Arlen, I'm going to talk to you first, man, because every time we get a plan to talk about those running backs, something happens where we got to push it back. Are the uniforms at least worth talking about today?
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth talking about. Definitely worth talking about. You know, so it's definitely being released, and I see it got called out with my Acres jersey. You know, they put my foot to the fire a little bit with having to try to grab one of those. So I like it, man. I think we got a lot to talk about. We can break it down. You know, they got a couple different colors, so we'll definitely be able to dig into it a little bit.
Tommy, I can always count on you for a good opening line when it comes to things of money matters. What have you got for us when it comes to these jerseys, man? What do you think?
All it was a money grab. The jerseys, okay. I don't like them gray ones. Them gray ones, I don't like. I mean, the white ones and the blue ones, yeah, they're okay. But the gray ones, whatever you call that, and I don't like the numbers on them, like the numbers look silky or whatever. I just don't like it. It looks like they're doing too much. It's just they're trying to sell something that was already sold with the old logo. So I ain't really feeling it too much. I'm more of a old school type of person. So this new age look, I ain't feeling it.
The new age look, that's one I haven't heard today. I've heard a lot of takes, and a lot of them aren't good takes, but a lot of takes overall in the uniforms. And there are even some who like the uniforms. Let's jump into it right away. Which one you guys want to? You want to cover the home uniform, the road uniform? We want to cover the blue on blue.
I mean, we could go shoot, man. Like, I'll put it this way. When I first saw them, it was so funny. I saw them on Instagram, and it kind of just punched me in my face, and I was like, oh, well, that was it, and that's when I text you guys. But like TP said, man, like I like the modern look, the new age look, or whatever. It caught my eye. You got to give them that. Like, it definitely catches your eye right away. You know what I mean? Because it's the new thing, right? It looks like that color rush. Kids, it's like you said, if it's a money grab, it's going to get your attention. But true football people, historical people, the people that want to know, like, okay, the history of the Rams and what it stands for, to me, you went totally against the grain because I don't know if you guys, outside of the pics, have you seen the actual video of it? Like these little snippet commercials and to me, the blue looks totally different. In the pictures, I'm like, okay, I can go with that blue. But when you actually see the helmet, I forget what analyst or somebody saw pull the helmet out. That helmet looked too big. It's not I don't know, man. I hate to use the word feminine, but it's like a softer blue. Like, it's not even like a.
It's the Blue Hens, man. The Delaware Blue Hen, whatever they call it. The Delaware team in Delaware, Blue Hens.
And they think even dark. Somebody said they look like the Riverview Rams. I said they look like a youth football team, the Riverview Rams. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's what somebody. That's what I've seen a lot of that.
I guess I would ask you guys this too when it comes to the overall look of the helmets. The most controversial thing will be the horns. I mean, we can talk about anything else in the uniform, and there's going to be people who nitpick it. I know I will. You guys know I will. But it's always going to come down the helmet. Did they do enough of the tradition with the helmet? Is it still there for you or not?
No, they tried, but when I'm looking at the helmet now on my screen, like it's not there. It's not the circle. It's broken up. It's like a line cutting. It's like a part. They got the horns got a part now. Like, so I don't. Nah, they tried, but I don't see it. Like, I don't like how it looks. It doesn't look like a Rams at all to me. It looks like that little wave they got on the logo.
Well, Arlen?
I'm gonna look like this. Like, like I went to school for graphic design, so I'm a nerd. Like, when it comes to this stuff, like the separation wouldn't have bothered me as much, but it's almost like you did like a gradient color, you like soften the ram. And I looked at this so much, you didn't even bring the horn all the way up.
Yeah.
Like the horn's short.
Yeah.
So that right there to me is you totally, it's a different horn. So like you said, it's different if I look at it like the Seahawks. Let's just stay in the division. It's like the Seahawks if they change their beak. Like you shorten their beak, you bend their beak, or like San Francisco, you move the S a little further than the F. Once you do that, it's a totally different logo. Change the colors. If people want to argue, well, when they went to St. Louis, change the colors and people can cry. But when you just come up with a whole new logo, like you just branded everything brand new. And again, I still think the helmet, it actually do look nice. I've seen some of the players respond to it. I think it looked hot, but the shoulders, I'm not feeling the shoulders bother me more than the helmet.
Do you believe anything that the players are saying about the jerseys?
I think some. If it's a genuine on the video, or if not, they need to go ahead. They in LA. They need to go ahead and just start jumping on something. They need to jump on the movie screen too.
Yeah, they're working on their acting skills right now. Come on, man.
I'm telling you,
that them jerseys.
Did you see that video? Did you see the video the Rams did? There's the one the Rams did where the players saw it for the first time. Is that the one you're referring to, Arlen?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think they're like, eh? What do you think?
Well, I think they putting on. I think they told the Rams called and said, hey, we need y'all to promote the jerseys and the helmets. We'd like to y'all do a good job. I'd have done the same thing. They just said it to me. Greatest things in the world. They cutting the check. Yeah. Come on now. I seen how Jalen looked at him like, yeah, they good. Like, come on, it was a little reluctant. Like, I don't know. You know that biggest seller is Torrey Holt. Torrey Holt is on everything. They fire. So somebody said, "But Torrey Holt, they still got you under contract or something? You on payroll? Because he is out here amping them up."
I'll say about this though about T, right? Because I did respond on his thing. So like you said, you don't like the white jersey, and for them to get, and I guess they can hide behind, well, what took so long for them not to get their approval of not just someone being white, but this bone, they're calling it this bone color, right? And they're saying, well, the horns and the waves and all that stuff. I like the concept. The color don't bother me. But again, if you look at the shoulders, they went with a totally different concept on the horn, and then just the matching of the color with, I don't know how they're going to do the socks and all that stuff. I don't know, man. It's a lot to take in. I'm not going to say that they don't look good because I don't agree with that. I think they look good, but I'll go back to my other comment. It's like it's a brand new team, like it's an expansion team, or they XFL, or it's a totally different team. Like,
that's not a compliment. That's not a compliment.
You know what it's like. You know what it's like, Arlen. I like the Carolina blue. You know I do. But I like him to wear I like to go in the club. I like to wear the Jordans with the Carolina blue, nice outfit, polo shirt. That's why I see the Rams. I can wear some nice butters, some nice jeans, a polo shirt. I can get fresh with them. But I ain't trying to go play football in the Carolina powder blue uniform. That's just always my thing. We always got on Carolina about, man, we can't let no guys in powder blue beat us. That's the same type of thing I see here. Like, it's a nice going out outfit. Like, you can put a lot of fits on with the Rams logo and all that, but to play football in, I don't know. That's a little bit too much. But I'm a defensive guy, so, we don't need much about it.
Let me ask you a question, but you're saying a little bit too much. You're talking about what's too much? Because to me, in a lot of ways, it looks like it's just blah. I'm looking at the bone uniform right now, and I see this is the one with Jalen Ramsey's hands, arms out this way. It looks very. Let's just say it this way: if that helmet wasn't there, and I'm looking at the jersey and the number, I'm thinking it's one of those New York Giants road jerseys.
No, the numbers look terrible. That's what I hate about it. That's what I mean by they doing too much. The numbers is supposed to bring the jersey out, I guess. I don't know, Alan. You know better than me. But to me, it makes it look like you're trying to do too much. It's like you're at the Rainbow store or something. Like you trying to get a polo shirt, but it got the big polo on it. It's just different. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little polo, then you go in there and got the big polo. Like, it's a polo shirt because it's bigger. Nah, I don't know.
The,
It's just
the-
my opinion.
the lettering, I think, will be a problem for many people. You don't like it, Arlen. How do you feel about the lettering overall?
I think it's too much. Again, being a they clearly probably paid somebody. The graphic work is good, man, but they just did too much because they're really pushing this breakup. If you look at it, this wave, swoosh, ram, horn, whatever they want to call it, they forced it even in the numbers. It's on the helmet, it's on the shoulders, it's in the numbers. And like TP said, if you from far away, you might not notice it, but as you get close, because they got the shiny outline, and then you see they even got the break in the seam. The seam is even broken up to capture the little outline of the number, and then has that gradient number. Like, to me, that's something like kids will do. They're going to jump on Madden and freak out the jerseys, and it's going to be a one-time little special thing. But this, I just feel like they went overboard, and they could have simplified the numbers and put all the attention on, let's say, the helmet. If you want to push these horns, these are the new horns. Suck it up. This is what we're doing. Okay, make the jerseys fresh, but put all the attention on the helmet. But now you're gonna look at the helmet, the shoulders, the buckle, the belt, the stripe, the numbers. Oh my God, look at the tag, the back of the neck. They got it's like a college. You know what I'm saying? It's too much, man. In the league, it's like, keep it simple and let's go out and play.
It look like a CFL jersey. I've seen a couple of those CFL jerseys. It reminds me of those, like with the patch and all that right there. Because they said they setting it up for the, where they gonna have where you can put endorsements and stuff at, logos right there.
Yeah.
Now, Derek, that's what I don't like.
Right there.
The thing that stand out to me is that patch. That patch I don't like that at all.
That patch is gonna be like how the CFL use it for. They put whoever want to endorse it. Run it. They gonna put run it right there.
Right. Look, people paying major money, but that major money for that, like they race cars. But to put the whole Los Angeles, come on, man. If anything, now's the time to plug your LA logo and kind of cross brand. You're pushing multiple logos, but to put the whole all Los Angeles, that's like I'm not a fan of that.
But I don't think that's going to be there. I think that's just a stand-in until they find somebody that logo to go there.
Oh, okay. I'm not a fan of that.
I think that's the way the league is going. Practice, they wear, in practice now they have other like products, practice jerseys, right? They have like different people who endorse the practice jerseys, right? Y'all seen the practice jerseys? Practice jerseys are kind of different. They ain't just a regular practice jersey. They got logos on them.
Okay, yeah. I just see the little patch.
Yeah, of different companies that they endorse that practice jersey. But it's going to be the same thing. I think the game thing. Just add more money to the game.
Tommy, you bring something up about the logos and the endorsements. Well, it was about a week ago or so, Benjamin Albright had noted that from what he was being told, the Rams uniforms, the jerseys, looked like soccer uniforms. And looking at them now, we know these soccer uniforms oftentimes have a gradient. They oftentimes have, well, they almost always have sponsors on them. Almost always do. Do you see that impression, Tommy, that it was a soccer uniform kind of view that Albright had or not?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, the patch was definitely. I mean, that's what the patch is there for. Basketball do it right now. They got patches on all their jerseys of different sponsors. So I'm sure football is working into that aspect. But the patch was just something that had to be there for them to get extra money. I don't think it was something that, we're gonna put it right here to make it look good. No, I don't think that was the case.
Arlen, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think it's a I don't know, man. You guys got me thinking. I think if it's going that direction, I never really even put that together. Like the soccer jersey and the sponsorship, and then because again, I don't know why the NFL will push a bigger or another brand other than themselves. You know what I'm saying? But I can see them trying to take advantage of that. Even when they got the Nike deal done, compared to when we was rocking the Reebok, you know what I mean? It was a different place than you start seeing that swoosh. You know what I mean? It was higher up on the, more visible, higher up on. I was like, okay, that's cool. So who knows, man? Who knows what direction they're going with this? But I'm laughing. I don't know if y'all can see that, but even in the Well, I'm on this side. Even on the back, the little neck thing with the little LA, you can just tell they're trying to force the horns down your throat, man. I don't know. It's a lot.
I have always thought they were trying to force the LA logo down our throat. That's the one no one likes. Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh no, nobody likes the logo. I think the fans are mixed on the jerseys.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've gotten the gist of thus far, kind of getting to go observe Rams social media in the last, 12 hours, is that it's been up and down, medium ground. Some like, some don't like, some have issues, some will buy it anyways because they're still a fan. And I think that is going to be problematic for those folks out there who don't like the jersey. I think enough people, I'm getting the impression, and maybe you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, I'm getting the impression that enough people are going to jump on board to buy this thing that they'll keep it. And when originally they were like, no, there's no way I'm going to buy this. Yeah, you are.
Nah, man, that's the NFL, man. They're a monopoly, man. They going to get you back. Of course they're going to buy the jerseys.
And I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but who I think this is really going to appease is the female audience in LA. Like the colors and those numbers, like they're not so overly masculine. Like I could see a lot of the moms, wives, females jumping all over it. I mean, jerseys, the whole nine. When you look at the numbers and and all that stuff, I think and maybe they put that was in their thought process, is to say, hey, how can we kind of make sure this is appeasing to everybody? Kids. I mean, kids are gonna love this. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a typical jersey, and even the material. So I don't know, like in high school, right? We're Nike school at Lutheran St. Charles, so I could even tell when the Nike rep came in, you could see the material of the jersey, which I forget, where you have the holes and they're very, very light. It almost looks fake, almost like a I'm trying to think of the name of it. Tom, you don't know if you remember, the name of the material, but it'd be interesting. It's a mesh that has holes in it, but it's the material. We went with it this year, but they're so light they don't hold in the temperature as much. Right. You can sweat in them and all that stuff, and you can tell that's what they went when I saw the videos. But I'd be curious if they're going to sell that type of product in the stores, or if it's going to be the typical, like you said, the mesh cotton knockoff, polyester material. That's going to be the replica. That's going to be interesting, because if so, those are two totally different materials, and it ain't going to look the same as what the players are going to wear. So that's a whole nother.
But I like your thought process on the woman. I think that's what area that the NFL was trying to target, the women, trying to add more women fans to the game, and I think it's a good way to add it up. They make good apparel. I mean, women always like apparel, so I think it'll be a good thing. My wife, she didn't, she's a big Rams fan. She was mixed on it, so but I think she'll still wear certain things. She wasn't all the way gone on wearing the new stuff, but she wasn't all the way happy with it either.
Let me ask a question though, because when you're talking about gearing towards women, we've always kind of viewed the game of football as a physical, masculine sport, so to speak. I mean, I'm not trying to come across as sexist. It's just been that kind of sport for years. And even coming down to the old Rams head, the newer Rams head they've had the last 15 years, had a certain kind of look, a little bit of an angry look to it, I guess you'd say. Do we really want to soften the look of a team that is supposed to go out there playing hard-nosed physical football every Sunday? Do you want to soften that look, or make it a little bit more, a little bit less masculine, maybe a little more feminine? I'm not. That's a hard question to ask, because I'm not trying to think in any kind of those ways. But where do you guys take that? I mean, where do you go with? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I mean, don't get it twisted. The Rams are an offensive team. I mean, even though they got Aaron Donald and they got Jalen Ramsey, they're still an offensive-minded team. The head coach is an offensive-minded guy. So, of course, they want to – and they're L.A. L.A. is not known for anything defense. Everything is offense, score, and things like that. So, of course they're going to placate to that. They want LA wants to see the scoreboard, 40-50. Where Aaron Donald was nice, but we don't want to see a 10-3 game. So I think, yeah, of course, you in LA, of course, you got to play towards offensive and scoring. So and just the whole, it's LA for the whole thing. You got to look good. So I think that plays into their whole process.
But can't you look good wearing the older look?
I mean, yeah, you could, but I guess whoever that guy they hired, they I guess they figured they wanted to be a little softer. I don't know. It's hard to say what they was thinking about.
What's your take, Arlen?
I agree with you. I mean, I'm looking at the logos again. You're right. I mean, it was more of a stronger, looking at the Rams head, he's frowning a lot more. This one here, I don't know if you just hide behind them just going so much overboard with the modern look and trying to rebrand themselves. You know what I mean? And then not looking at masculine, feminine, or whatever. Like you said, you don't want to get caught up into that. But again, let's use the Seahawks thing. You look at the Seahawks logo, where that Seahawk has the way his eyebrow set, it looked like that Seahawk is frowning. You lower that a little bit, soften his beak. I mean, you know what I mean? You make him look like a pigeon or something.
Yeah.
Them
ain't no hawk no more.
Yeah, them fans might be like, but I don't know, man. I'm definitely looking at the two Ram heads. I mean, that's night and day, and I totally agree with you.
So
it's more of the beach look.
Maybe
it's more of the beach look.
Yeah. I know that LA is LA, and LA is going to have that laid back vibe, okay? But can't you have a grit, a toughness to your look, even if you're in LA with the laid back vibe?
No, you don't think nothing about LA grit and tough. Nothing. Oakland Raiders or something like that. But everything in LA is sunshine and laid back and not too much going on. And I think that's how they got their logo. It's sunshiny, it's laid back, it's soft, it's easy going.
But like you said, but back the original Rams with Deacon, I mean, they were that defense, like you said, their defense was violent. Why even go back to I don't know.
Back then, it was a defensive game. I mean, the biggest stars were defensive players. I mean, as you go through that time, I mean, this is an offensive team. Even though we got two top players at their position, perception is reality. Perception feels like the Rams are an offensive team. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just feels like they put all that stuff and put all the emphasis into the offensive side.
I guess I would, and I'm holding back on my views for many reasons. But I guess what I want to know really, if the Rams are heading this direction as a football team, don't you want to have a stronger view? I mean, come on. Some people have taken that Rams head logo and made it into a penis. I mean,
sure.
I'm just saying, what are you really getting at long term with your image? Not just short term, not just about the bling of LA, the stars, the bright lights, the beaches. What do you really want when it's a football team? What would you want?
They can always go back. Like I said, like somebody else said, in 5 years they'll probably go back to the throwback. I mean, so it really don't matter. I mean, they can always go back to their throwback and it'd be like they never left off. So yeah, we're gonna try to make some money in the interim. And if this don't work, then we go back to our throwbacks and people are all in again.
What do you think, Arlen?
I think that's a lot. I think to make this type of move, I think the powers that be are all in. I mean, this is a power move. And they have multiple logos. We keep talking about it. The one with the LA with the Ram built in, the Ram head. Then the colors and all that stuff. I mean, I think they're really going to stick by this and try to push it and say, hey, it's all new. We're going a different direction. Here we are. They've been thinking about this before they even left St. Louis, the rebranding of it. I think this has all been planned out on many levels, many levels, and they're going to stick with it. This is who the Rams are. You know what I mean? And not, like you said, not everybody's going to agree with it, but you got enough past players, present players that
Right.
whether they're faking a funk or not, they're going to get behind it. They're going to promote it. You're going to have enough people in the board meetings wearing it on their polos. You know what I mean? You're gonna have
No, they nice gear to wear now. Now, if I had some nice jeans, that's nice, yeah. Oh, that's nice, but for the game, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm even still up in the air with the polo. Like that Ram said, like I'm a fitted hat guy. I'm wearing hats. The LA that ain't touching the hat. The Ram hat. I'm still up in the air, but I'm with you. You can make it work. That ain't nothing.
You make it work.
Yeah, you can make it work.
So let's grade these things here, okay? Let's grade them and break it down real quick here. For the home jersey, the blue top with the gradient lettering, the white going into the sole, the shoulders have that new horn there. The back of the jersey has the little LA logo on top. The helmet is the horns with the cut going through it that many people mistook as a C for Chargers or the lightning bolt. That's the home. Oh, and the pants are what? The pants are blue in one setting, and the other one is with the other color. So I'm going to go to Arlen first. If you're going to give that particular jersey set a grade from A to F, what are you giving it?
Oof. I mean, it's like the color rush. I like it. I'll give it a B plus.
B plus.
B plus.
Yeah,
I give it a B plus.
Tommy,
for the blue jersey, for the blue one,
the blue jersey with
blue.
the blue jersey with the home pants, not the color rush looking pants, which are blue too.
I'm gonna go for a B. I like a B.
All right.
They are. I mean, they're cool. I like the blue ones. They're the best ones I like. The blue ones.
Okay, so then what would you say for the blue on blue?
Oh wait, I thought we were just talking blue on blue. We talking about the blue on yellow?
Yes. That's what I was talking about first. This is the standard home jersey.
Oh no, I think that's the best ones. I'm gonna give that an A minus.
Okay, so
I think as far as color, yeah, I'll give it the A minus. That pulls it all into me. I give it A minus. The blue on yellow. I'm sorry.
Blue on yellow, Tommy. Still a B or one higher?
I like a B. I'm gonna stay at a B.
Okay, so blue on blue then. What do you give it?
All I'm saying to me is B. Now that gray shit is a C. C minus. That gray shit is a D. I don't want to wear that nowhere. The rest of them, they style. They ain't no A's or nothing like that. They ain't the Ravens black jerseys at night or nothing like that. But I mean, that gray one, man, that's a failure. But the blue ones and the white ones, they all right.
Okay, so hold on. Let me go to Arlen here. I want to get back with Arlen's thoughts first.
The blue on blue.
The blue and blue.
Yeah, I'm give the blue and blue. I'm gonna stick with what I said because you can oof. Yeah, that's a B plus. You can do that's a B plus.
Okay, the bone whites.
See, I think those are fresh. It's just when you gotta change that helmet, man. Like when you put it all together, I see where they were going with it, but I'm with Tommy on that, man. Once you try to, I feel like how when they used to wear the throwbacks with the old helmets, they were trying they try to force the state of black and white, and they wear the throwbacks, and to me, it just didn't even. It looked horrible.
It didn't look right at all. I always used to look like, something don't look right. The jersey, it just wasn't compatible.
Yeah, colors didn't match. So this, to me, that helmet don't match with that bone. The jerseys are nice. I can see where they're going with it. I'm gonna say C plus. I'll say C plus on the bone.
All right. So the overall rebranding. You have the logos now. You have all the jerseys. I'm sure there's more coming. We don't know they're actually used for throwback games. what will they use? Will they go back to the standard? Will they go the blue and white? What will they use? So, as of right now, what's your grade, Arlen? Overall rebrand.
Overall, oh man, that's not fair to ask me that because that's too totally. If you're gonna go with, you gonna give me graphical style, I'm gonna give it. Or do you want just in general as a fan, ex-player?
Hey, this is a completely full 100% rebrand. And you are okay. Just think back to when you were as a person, your entire life, from graphic designer to being a player who donned the horns. This is all Arlen Harris here. How do you grade that?
You ain't got to worry about being politically correct.
I'm gonna stick as a player, man, because it's a total rebrand and it's so modernized. I'm gonna say
you're having a hard time.
I'm gonna say C plus, man, because they kind of soft. I'm gonna say C plus.
Wow. All right, so your overall rebrand, Tommy.
I'm gonna go with a C. Solid C. It's cool and all, but I'm a throwback guy. I like their old jerseys, Eric Dixon jerseys and stuff like that. But so this new stuff, it's cool for them and what they trying to do, going into the new stadium, bringing excitement and all that. But solid C. Them gray ones really knocked it down. I mean, whatever you call it, what you call it, bone on bone, whatever it is, they do not sit well with me. Because it don't look like nothing like the Rams. When I see them jerseys, I see nothing Rams in them.
And no one's done that before, and I think that's what they like. I'm telling you, they getting off on being the first and doing stuff different. For them to have to get that approval and get that bone color, everyone's going to be white, and then they just going to be bone. I think they're getting off. I think they got a plan. They're getting off on that.
Okay.
Because who else has ever went great? You know what it remind you of? I'll take it a step back. Looking at this picture with the 20s, it looked like Brian Dawkins in a Pro Bowl. I don't know what year that was when they did the gradient numbers and the red. That's what I'm saying. These look like Pro Bowl jerseys.
And what do they do to Pro Bowl jersey? They try to do a lot so they can bring attention to the jerseys and all that good stuff, right?
Yep.
But in fairness, also, those Pro Bowl jerseys are kind of laughed at. Are they not? Are they not made fun of? We talk about NFL history, Pro Bowl history.
And it's one and done. They're not trying to rock those all year. They one and done.
And that's what it's for, just for that event. Right. It's like an event jersey. Like, it's just something that you just want to wear to show off, and then once it's gone, they're gone. But
the Rams are committed for 3 years here. At least.
They committed. But the players like it, so I think that's a win. I presume like
it. In the end, though, how we view it doesn't really matter. If the fans go out there and buy this stuff up like hotcakes, then that just tells the team to, it's all good. We'll keep them good.
Man, these are Rams. They're in California. They're gonna sell some jerseys.
I believe it too, because I have you guys know I'm in Ohio, and the Browns just went back to being their old uniforms. The reason they went back is the new uniforms they put out were hot garbage, and nobody bought them. So what the Browns do? They went back to their old uniforms, and they're freaking selling like hotcakes right now, off the shelves during an economic catastrophe we're in right now. They're selling Browns jerseys like they never existed before. Here,
they selling the Browns jerseys, huh?
Wow.
Because I think tradition matters, doesn't it?
What tradition? The winning tradition or losing tradition?
Well,
or just tradition?
If you're talking about the history, overall, going back years to Otto Graham, all the way through Jim Brown, those guys. There were a lot of great players that wore the Browns uniform until,
Man, the Browns ain't been good since the 80s, man.
But it's just tradition in general. You can go sport by sport, city by city. You can go it's like the Wolverines. Let them play with them helmets if they want to. Let Michigan start messing with them helmets.
It'd be a problem, right?
All right, so
I think football is definitely college football is definitely more old fashioned, old school. They'd definitely never be able to do that at a college like that. Nah.
Just pose one more question for you guys now. Numerous teams did change their uniforms this offseason. The Browns, the Bucks, the Falcons, the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Rams. So of those 6, which uniforms were the best ones and which ones were the worst?
I don't know if I would have to go back and look at all of them. I know the Falcons jumped out to me. So I think, were they one of the first ones, if not the first, to put
They're one of the earlier ones.
to one of the early
They got a
ones.
lot of negative feedback, honestly.
Yeah, they hate them.
Yeah, I know that city was kind of like, ooh. And then who was the other one right behind them?
Tampa.
Yeah, but Tampa, that's like Florida. You know, they love it. They known for having some crazy logos and color schemes. I don't know.
Back a little bit to their old stuff, though.
Right. I don't know. All of them look throwbackish to me. I mean, they got a little flavor to throwback. They just bland. They ain't too exciting. I don't know. It's not. It wasn't a lot of thought, and really none of them. Well, the ones that you talked about, the Tampa and the Atlanta one, and the Browns wasn't a lot of thought. They just went back to their basic colors. Atlanta's is ugly, and Tampa Bay just went back to a throwback. It's a money grab, man. We're gonna put out these jerseys. Rams gonna buy. Man, come on. I mean, the fans gonna buy these jerseys, and then 2-3 years from now, they're gonna do some more jerseys and another logo.
In New England, at least New England's kept with the traditional over the shoulder stripes. You know what I mean? Like that got football all over it. You know what I mean? They updated the side of it, but every time you see 1, 2, 3 stripes, and it's just that's football. That's what people. So I think they kind of, even though it's this newer style for them, I think they kind of kept it simple.
I'm still waiting to see what you guys how you're grading this thing out. Like what was the best, which one's worse?
I mean, the worst one was Atlanta. I'm gonna say Atlanta was the worst, and then New England was the best. Yeah, I'm biased on New England though, but
Arlen?
Yeah, I like them Charger ones.
Oh my god!
No, sir. I do.
You like the Rams jerseys then?
That's what I'm trying to go back, man. Seeing the blue on blue, but the Chargers, they've always even though they kept their bulk, to me they always had the white and it was a little softer. I don't know, man. I would have to go back and look at it. But I know New England kept with more traditional uniforms. They're definitely one of the better ones. And the Falcons didn't do a good job. And Tampa, I'm not there on Tampa's yet.
So the worst one for both of you was the Falcons then. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, I would say that.
All right. So I'm being a little bit of an agitator here tonight. Over under on the next Rams jersey change. Let's hear it. Years wise. Over under.
Oof. Go ahead, TP.
I'm gonna go in 5 years. They're gonna hold out for 5.
5 years. Okay. Oof. Finish us strong, Arlen. Finish us strong.
I'm gonna say 6. I'm gonna go one over them. I'm gonna say 6.
Oh yeah, these Tampa Bay jerseys are terrible. They are ugly.
But that was going back to the old school.
Nah, that ain't old school. No. Nah. These are like high school jerseys. That's what they look like.
I mean, they're not the creamsicle ones, at least, right? I'm just saying. Okay. So, all that said, next week we will finally get, barring another uniform change or something else happening, we will have our big running back conversation. There is some news brewing also along the league lines in terms of where teams are going to play next year. California itself is pushing back on any idea the Rams or any LA team or any California team will be playing at home. What does that mean for the Rams? All those are topics we need to cover as we head into summertime. The rookies, training camp is not too far away, believe it or not, or shouldn't be too far away as long as we stay locked down, though. We'll never know. Any closing thoughts from Arlen or Tommy? Any closing thoughts at all?
On a serious note, I just want to shout out my boy Will Rosario. I lost my friend of mine in Jersey last week to COVID-19. So I know we always start the podcast just seeing how we are. That kind of rocked me a little bit. He left a little son, man, that's come out and he's trained. He's like 13 years old, man. So they're having a really, really tough time. They just did a little thing for him, a little ceremony, got the team together, did a little last chant breakdown. But he was in the hospital literally 15 days, man, just wasn't feeling well and looked up and he gone. So just continue. Everybody stay safe. I know, as they start opening up different stuff, you know what I mean? And you start getting out the house, still be conscious of other people. This thing is real out here. And hopefully, we can get through this in the next coming months.
Tommy?
What I did on Sunday, I watched with my family. The Super Bowl came on. The Super Bowl I played in when we played New England, that came on Sunday. So I got the chance to sit around the house with my family, and they got to relive that experience with me. So even though we did lose, it was a good experience to see my kids who didn't really get to see me go through the process of playing and doing all that. So it was a great time on Sunday. We just sat around and did that, and on Mother's Day, cooked barbecue and all that good stuff. So it was a good time. But just watching that game, it just made me realize what an opportunity we had to really win, and we just let it go. We just didn't finish the deal for various reasons. It just brought back a whole bunch of emotion just watching that game and stuff like that. And then also I've been watching the Jordan The Last Dance. I know we didn't talk about it much last week, but I've been watching that. I mean, tremendously, and I always, like, I talk to my son a lot, because he's playing out, and I always, like, tell him he don't have that killer instinct, and I wonder why I always had it, and like some of these new kids don't have it. And just watching The Last Dance has made me realize how much Michael Jordan like really influenced me. Because coming up, all you want to do is compete and win. That's it. You just want to play as hard as you can. And that was it. We didn't care about how many points we scored or what our numbers was or who got the glory. All we want to do was win. And today's game is a little bit different. It's, what the game could do for me more. So watching Mike, I mean, it was really like, man, I like him even more today than, I mean, they say he was a bully and all that, but I know for a fact a lot of my teammates didn't like me coming up through high school. Probably still don't today, because we coached our own team. We policed our own team with peer intervention. We never blamed anything on the coach or what the coach didn't do. We always blamed it on each other. And so I think today's game, we kind of got away from the peer intervention. Everybody wants to be friends with another person, or who's following me on Twitter or whatever the case. But back then, all we wanted to do was win. So it's a lot of more elements that go into it today. So just watching that, I mean, it just make me appreciate Mike even more. But then it also goes back to, has me reliving my time with the Rams and why weren't we the New England Patriots? And it's because what brought down Mike and the Bulls, it was ego and credit. At the Bulls, Jerry Krause, and he wanted all the credit. He was like, organizations win championships and not the players. And I was always one to believe that the players win championships. So same things with the Rams. I'll just share a quick story real quick. We was going to the Super Bowl, playing in the Super Bowl. There was an article came out with Jay Zigman and Charlie Army and Mike Martzar in the paper arguing about who bringing in the players. Or I bring in this player. I ain't bringing this player. And then fast forward to my second, third, or fourth year, this got worse and worse and worse. And I remember one time sitting in the steam room, and a player came up to me and asked me, like, Tommy, what side are you on? Are you on Jay Zigman's side, or are you on Mike Martz's side? So it kind of startled me, like, what you mean? I'm just trying to win. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm on the win side. But after that, I didn't answer that question right, and that's why they shipped me out of here. So I didn't make it known I was on Mike's side, and that's how it was. It was Are you on Mike's side? Or are you on Charlie Army's side or Jay Zigmar's side? I mean, we had a guy, London Fletcher, played 20 years, might be a Hall of Famer. We don't sign him back. So I remember you asked me the first show where what do you think would lost the Rams started going down? Well, I think it was Kurt Hand, but it was really when they ain't signed London Fletcher back. Because London Fletcher did all those things as a leader. He came in the locker room, cussed everybody out. He practiced hard. If you weren't practicing hard, he held you accountable. Well, when London left, nobody did it. So for 5 games, I didn't say anything. The game that we started 0-5 my second year, I didn't say anything because I just thought, well, London did that and they don't like that, so I'm just going to be quiet. But after 0-5, that was my first time ever being having a losing streak or being a loser or being 0-5. I just went back to being how I was at Florida State and at Dunbar. I just started competing and just hold everybody accountable. So we're going to games. I'm cussing guys out and I had guys coming to me after the game like, you really meant what you said in the game? And I'd be like, no, it was just a game. That's how I respond in the game because I want to win. It's nothing personal. So just taking all that in consideration, it was just like what Mike had meant. And then how the Rams kind of lost their way of not doing things the right way. So it was that whole process. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I think to me, it was just, I sat back and just remembered a lot of stuff that was going on. I was like, damn, Mike really meant a lot. And then how credit and ego kind of messed up the Rams as well, how it messed up the Bulls in their pursuit of greatness.
That's heavy.
Deep thoughts from Tommy Polley.
Nah, I ain't want to go too deep, but it's just been weighing on me real heavy. You know, it's been weighing on me a lot because I think a lot of times stuff happening to organizations and they always try to blame the players and organizations sometimes don't take ownership on what they might have did wrong or right.
I mean, there's a reason why the team has only, until the recent era here, had only 3 winning seasons in 30 years. I mean, there was a reason for that. So I'm glad they have turned that part around. By the way, it's about time. Just hoping they can go over the recent concerns. All right, so there you go. The overview of the jerseys, the uniforms from Tommy and Arlen. You can find Tommy on Twitter at where, Tommy?
At Polley29.
And Arlen at Arlen Harris. I'm getting late. I'm going to keep that in the outtakes, too. Arlen, where can you find you at, man?
Mix it up good.
Arlen Harris, 33.
You had to say that so, silky. Arlen Harris, 33.
No, I went Arlen Harris, 33. No, yeah.
This is where Tommy runs in and says, "Run it." All right, guys. So you can find us on Twitter overall, Rams Brawl. Check out all the Rams Brawl podcasts. Not Rams Brawl. What is it? The Brawl Network. Jeez,
Rams Brawl.
It's getting late.
I think we got you fired up about some jerseys.
Okay, some jerseys, man. I see he put an order in already, y'all. He ain't take that.
I didn't order anything. All right, here we go. One more time. Here we go. So, follow us on Twitter at Ramsbrook and follow the Brawl Network, a new network full of all kinds of different football podcasts. Hopefully, you can find some that compare to ours. As it is, we'll see you until next week. We're out.